Good morning. Good morning. Do 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 do.
See if it's working.
I feel like I'm sending you a bit of a curveball showing you this picture, actually, but
Yeah.
never mind.
Yeah. Yeah, you are now live, Deb. So
Hey!
I'm going to mute myself.
I can have a Fonzie moment. Hooray! Gosh, that's showing my age, isn't it? At happy days. Hello, hello, hello. Right, are we all good? Hello. I'm also waving at the other camera of me, and you can see my shadow. Sorry, I'm trying my best to not get shadows on this, and it's just the room's not playing today. So I don't know. Maybe it's England and sun's actually showing. I don't know. So I'm Deb. I'm from Folded Hugs. I'd love to say I'm a really good, consistent demonstrator, but I'm really not. I do it for fun, if I'm honest, and don't we all, even if we run a business. But the whole point is I love making cards, and it's a really good stress reliever for me. So I'm not very good at making the same card over and over again. I get a little bit bored. Oops, but never mind. So we have the new catalogue. Well, I say new, we've had it for a couple of months now, haven't we? I can't believe it. Where's the time gone? And you know, when you open a catalogue and there's one thing that immediately jumps out at you and you go, oh, I love it. Well, this was the one for me that I went, as soon as I saw it, I went, that's the one I'm getting. And then a couple of weeks passed and I kept looking at it. And you know what? I only bought the paper. I've only bought, out of all of this set, the only thing that I bought is the paper, which is ridiculous when you think about it, because I just haven't got around to writing in. But I thought, well, I love this paper and I love it. So how can I use it? So how can I make the most out of this paper when I don't have all the other bits to go with it? And I wanted to do something a bit different. And so I love paper folding, you know, hence the reason why I'm called, oh, hello, I've gone a bit weird. There you go. Oh. I love paper folding, and I thought, how can I make something that's a bit different? So this is what I came up with. And when you look at it like that, you think, oh, that's quite sweet. It's just a square card. And then you do that and you realize it's actually not a square card. It's actually a box card. And then my second thought was, well, that's a really good idea, Deb. How are you going to post it? It's a box card that folds flat. And the box card that folds flat, you can make your own envelope because it's an interesting size, but I did make it so that it will go into a normal, slightly larger than normal, sort of half A4 envelope. So it will fit in there. And so that was my first thought, was how do I make a box card? So that's great. And then you can decorate it. Now, once you've got the basic principle of how to make the sizing for the box card, and it's really not difficult, I'm going to show you how to do it in a minute, you can whip these up really quickly. In fact, Pip set us a little colour challenge earlier, and Pip won't have seen this one yet. She's seen most of them. And I made myself a colour challenge one. So that's my colour challenge with a little bit of Misty Moonlight, Evening Evergreen, Soft Succulent, and Cherry Cobbler. So that is my my colour challenge entry, which I will post up in there. And I've got a little, you probably can't, don't know how well that's going to go. There's a little bit of sparkle in the back there and a little bit of chalk just had to fix. So there you go. That's mine. And again, it folds completely flat for posting, but it's just a little bit different and they stand up by themselves. Obviously you can't see that particularly well, but they do stand up by themselves. So that was the first two that I made. Well, that was the first one. That was the one I made in about half an hour this morning. But the good thing about this is once you've got the basic design, you can make a few more. So started off with dogs, and my daughter went, oh, I like dogs. Can I have one with, have you got anything with like cats on? Yep. And this one uses, again, it's just DSP, and all I've done is fussy cut it out. Added a little bit of bling, a little bit of ribbon, and that's sorted. And that uses the Into the Wild DSP, which again is from, I think, from the annual catalogue. Evening Evergreen. I could have almost got away with this for my colour challenge, but I thought I won't do that. I'll do another one. Then I got a little bit fishy because, you know, you have to, don't you, when you get to these things. And I did another one, and this one uses the it's Coastal Cabana using the Well Done stamps. Sorry, Whale Done. Oh, It's a terrible pun, isn't it? And again, the DSP, just use the background, and again, fussy cut it, the front, just to make it a little bit more interesting. So as you can see, it becomes a little bit of an aquarium or seaside theme. And then we've got the little whale, also fussy cut. This is just using DSP. The only thing I've stamped, I'm going to say the words or the sentiment, depending on what you want to do. That's all it is. And they're so simple to make. So there's a couple more which I'll show you later. But how about I show you how quickly you can make one of these. So I'm just going to pop those to one side. And the only bit of kit that you really need is some glue and some paper. And if it comes into focus, or my camera, and your trimmer. Your trimmer is the most important bit for this. So I've written up my measurements, and all you're going to do is one cut. It's a one cut wonder, mostly, and then you just trim to decorate. So you're going to cut your A4 sheet of card at 14.9 centimeters. That's the first point, and then we're just going to make 4 scores on each end. And I will pop this measurements up in Facebook for you to follow. So the first cut you're going to make is along the short side, and you're going to do it at 14.9 centimeters. Sorry, my camera's a little bit close, but you will see. So I'm just going to take that bit off and hang fire on that one for a minute. And then I'm just going to move it down so you can see my measurements. Now, this is the important bit. Don't do what I did on the second time making this and cut instead of score. So I cut the end of the paper off and went, you banana boat, what did you do that for? You didn't mean to. Right, so first score is going to be at 1 centimetre. And I've just done exactly what I said don't do, which is cut it. Seriously. That was what not to do, all right?
Don't worry, Deb, it happens to everybody.
I was just showing you. I will use that one for something else later. That's fine. So that's what you don't do. So you cut it at 14.9. Honestly, you can't get the staff these days, can you? So score at 1 centimetre. And then you're going to score at 3.5 centimetres. And then I'm going to whiz it around just because I can. We're going to score at 5.5 centimetres. And also at 8 centimetres. So you've got 1 centimetre, 3.5 centimetres, 5.5 centimetres, and 8 centimetres. And then exactly the same on the other end. So 1 centimetre, 3.5 centimetres, 5.5 centimetres, and 8 centimetres. There we go. And then the little strip of paper that came off the side, we're just going to cut that at 13 centimetres. Oh. Yep. And I'm going to hang on to that. I will be cutting it in half, but depending on how it works out, I will work out where I want to cut it. And that's going to become the top and bottom strips. Okay. So I'm just going to move him to one side. Now, I might just stick, just so you can see, because it's white on white. There we go. We'll add a little bit. Hopefully it's going to work. My camera is having a go slow. Come on. I'm going to readjust. There we go. Right, so you can see possibly that I've got my scores. So all I'm going to do is gently fold them. And as I turn that around, you'll see that it starts to become a little bit like a box. And then I'm just going to get my foam folder out, give them a little bit of a squish. There we go. So that's nice and sharp creases. And then I'm going to flick it down and just do the same on the other end. making sure that they're both curling forwards so that you can see you've got that lovely shape. Okay. You can see how quickly it starts to make its shape. Right. Okay. So the next thing I need to do is just glue them down. Now you can use tape. I have to admit I'm a little bit of a glue girl. And my top tip, this is my top tip for doing this, is a teeny tiny bit of glue just along the very edge fold. Now, because we want to fold it, if you fold it on the second crease, you ready? Ooh. And then fold it so it goes flat, that will actually put the glue in the right place for you. So it will stick it down. So you fold it at the first one and the halfway one, and then when it pops up, you can see. So if I just do it on the side so you can see. So if you fold it so it wraps round on itself, and then when it pops up, it's nice and square for you. Hopefully that makes sense. So I'm going to fold it on the second crease so it's flat. Tiny bit of glue. Oh, come on, glue. On that very little 1 centimetre strip, and then fold it on the last crease so it goes flat. There you go. And that's made our 2 boxes. And we can tell that they're nice and flat because when you push it down the other way, you can see that it will stand up. Okay. So pop that away for a moment. So I thought the original one that I made, my original card, which I'll just pop up there, was very doggy. And I like dogs. And, you know, I do have Tess the dog, who's my little rescue dog, who's a little furry mess that comes and joins us occasionally. But I also saw this piece of paper and I love it, with a little fish tank. I mean, come on, I don't know if you can see my little fish tank. Isn't he gorgeous? So I thought we'd do a fish tank and a little cat for the cat lovers amongst us, because there are a few. So all I need is my trusty paper snips, and then I'm just going to find one near the edge. I'm just going to cut my little bowl out, and I'm just going to fussy cut him out. Now, anybody who knows me knows that I hate fussy cutting. I will moan all the way around fussy cutting. I'm not very good at it, or I don't think I am. And I think that's the problem with a lot of us, is we don't think we're very good. And then we do something and it's like, well, actually that looks fine. And everybody else thinks it looks fine, but we're all in our heads thinking, we're not very good at this. Oh, I feel like a fraud. We're really not frauds. We're all good at it. We just need a bit of practice. That's what I keep telling myself. I need to practice. And I think if I don't do it enough, then there we go. One little fishy. Where are we? There's my little fishy ready to go on. I'm going to pop him to one side, and then I need to find a cat. I'm hoping I'm not sticking my tongue out. I have a habit when I'm concentrating of sticking my tongue out on this. So if anybody's watching me and the other way and I'm sticking my tongue out, I apologise. I'm hoping I'm not the only person that sticks their tongue out when they're concentrating. But I do love this DSP. They're just full of characters. And I have to say, whoever came up with this is a pure genius. Because as anybody who's tried to put up a Christmas tree with animals around will know, is that you either have to lock them out the room, or you take your life into your own hands and hope that things won't get eaten. We've lost several deer off our Christmas tree over the years where my dog has decided to eat them. And I think most animal owners will have had sparkly poo at some point, especially when Christmas is concerned, or maybe that's just us and our dog, I don't know. Thanks for a pretty garden. Cool. See, I'm fussy cutting and trying to talk at the same time. It never works. Do, 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 do. It does remind me of a cat out of a storybook that I had when I was little. I had no idea what the story was, but he does look like that. There we go. Right, so we've got a cat. He does look like he's about to pounce on the fish bowl, which is always a good sign. Or maybe not if you're the fish. Okay. Right, so this was the DSP that I chose to put on the back of this one. On the back of it, it actually looks a bit like, you know, like the bottom of a swimming pool. So I think we might flip it over and do that one. So this is going to fit in the back of the card, and it's the inside is 14.5 by 9 centimeters. So I'm just going to chop a little bit of that out. So we're going to go 9 centimeters to start off with, and then 14.5, which brings it just inside, so there's a little gap around the edges. There we go, and you can see that see, I told you someone would come in.
What time was that finish?
Not for another hour. Can you go? See, I told you somebody would join us. Sorry, we have to share the room with the Xbox. So so that literally gets glued on the back with just a little bit of white space around, and that will become the back of our card. Right, so now we need to decorate the front of our card, and all we're going to do is I'm going to take that 13 centimeter strip and I'm going to chop it at centimeters, I think. So we'll have 4 centimeters across the bottom, and then just a little bit of structure along across the top.
What was that cut measurement, sorry?
So that's 13. So the long strip was 13 centimeters across, and then I've just basically, you cut it however you want to have it. So for instance, these ones I think were 2.5 centimeters. But for this one, I think actually I'm going to have a bit more at the bottom, a little bit less at the top. And you can alter it depending on what you want to put.
Great, thank you.
Okay, so for this one, and I'm just going to get a little bit of pool party to put on the bottom as well, just to decorate. And again, I'm going to make that just short of 13 centimeters and 3.5. So it's going to be 3.5 by 12.5. Hopefully that should fit nicely. There we go. So I'm just going to glue that down. And then to stick the front bits on, if you fold it flat to both sides, so you've got both bits poking out to the same side, it doesn't matter which way. I'm right-handed, so everything goes right. And then all you need to do is just put a strip of glue or tape, or however you're doing it, on either end. Just a tiny little bit of glue. Oh, go out. And as long as you've put both bits flat the same way, if you line it up just inside the crease, when it springs back up, you'll see that it holds them in place. So we'll go flat either way. Oh, except if you don't let it stick before you move it. There we go. And you'll see that it forms the box shape. I'm just going to do the same on the top. Yep. I might actually put him coming down. I reckon he's going to be jumping off something. I'm not sure yet. This is the joy of this, is you just cut out lots of bits and then play with it. And I've just lost my stamp set I was going to use, which is always a good start. Right. So because of this, you can basically decorate it however you want. And I'm going to use the Evening Evergreen ribbon just to add it. And I've lost my scissors. I'm doing really well. Ugh. You know when you start off with a tidy desk when you're crafting, and it slowly but surely gets more and more messy? That's my desk. So on the original card, I used some of the DSP to cover up the sides. For this one, I'm actually just going to wrap a little bit of the ribbon around the side. And I could have done this if I'd been really clever. I would have done this before I stuck it down, but I'm not feeling really clever. And so I'm going to cheat and use glue dots, which will hold it for a little bit until I can stick it down properly. There we go. Right, so I'm just going to pop a glue dot inside there, and it will hold it. Oh. And a glue dot inside the other end. I knew there was something I was going to do before I stuck it down. I couldn't remember what it was. Now I remember. It's always the way, isn't it? There we go. Right. Okie dokie. I might swap them around. I'm having a design change. It's not good, is it? Always have a design change halfway through. Lovely. And then I'm just going to get a little bit of Whisper White. And my happy birthday, which I've lost. You love it. Sorry. Back. Hold one moment, Paula. Where's my happy birthday gone?
Loving the simplicity of this design though, Deb. This is brilliant.
Oh, do you know when you put something somewhere and now I can't find it? And I got it out this morning. I had it in my hand, so I've put it somewhere. So I'm changing the happy birthday that I was going to put on it. So we'll have a different one. Oh dear. Lovely. So we'll do a different happy birthday. It's fine. What could possibly go wrong? She said. It's live. It's live. This is what happens when you're card making. Things disappear. They do. I'm sure they grow legs and walk. Right, here we go. So I'm just going to use a little bit of cherry cobbler. And hopefully, there we go. Just a happy birthday. That's just from the Peaceful Moments, which happens to be one of my go-to ones when I can't find anything else. It's always Peaceful Moments. There's always one stamp set that you use all the time, isn't there? There we go. And I'm just going to simply chop him out, I think. We will just give him a little bit of a square, and then we might back him in some. Oh, come on. There we go. So we've got our happy birthday. And I think we might stick him on a bit of cherry cobbler anyway, just to lift it a little bit. She says, looking for the cherry cobbler, which she's now leaning on. Oh. I think we'll clear up later. The floor's becoming the disaster zone, which is a sign that you've had a good crafting time, isn't it? If you can tidy craft, I'm very envious. I haven't managed it yet. Him onto a little bit of cherry cobbler. And this is where you do the whole fiddly around thing. This wasn't the card I was going to make this morning, just in case you hadn't worked it out. I had a moment of, I'm not going to make that one again. I'm going to do something different. Note to self, don't decide to do different when you go in live. Don't do it on the fly. It's a very bad idea. There we go. So I'm just going to pop him on there. And we'll stick our little friend down. Oh. Oh, he's not going to stick. Come on. And the glue's running out and everything's working. Oh, don't you love it when you have a wonderful day? Right, and there we go. Come on.
You're doing fine, Deb. You've got loads of time. It's only over.
I know. It's taking a lot longer than I thought it would. I was going to make 3. I think I might struggle with 1. And then I'm just going to use the in colour jewels, which, as you can see by the fact that I keep using them, are definitely something I keep going back to. And I'm just going to pop. Oh, I know, he's gone a bit funny. So there we go. That's my birthday pussycat. Against my doggy. So you can see just by changing the DSP bit that you use, sorry, it's looking really pale on here. It's not very pale in real life, I promise. That you can totally change it, but they are essentially the same card, just really simple. And the fact that they fold flat for posting means that they work really, really well. So that was my first sort of card that I came up with, and that was my basic one. And I showed you a couple of them. That's just using DSP. Obviously, there are other things that you can do with the ones that I've already shown you. Because this is a box card, on the top here, you have something that you can dangle stuff from. And I like a good dangly thing. Now, I know that this paper's retired, but it's so beautiful that I have to use it anyway, because I needed a card for a wedding. So this was one that I made. And you probably can't see here. I'm hoping that will show you. But I've actually got a little punched heart. And so it's just, when it stands up, I'm trying to get it. I might have to show you on my other me, if you can see. I don't know if you can see the other me, but it will spin within the card. So you can actually put whatever you wanted on there.
It's gorgeous, Deb. Really gorgeous.
Just lovely. I love this paper. I'm gutted that it's gone. So with this one, all I've done is, instead of using a DSP for the back, I've used a very Versailles stamp set. Again, stamped off just to lighten it a little bit. A little bit of Merry Merlot for the outer heart, and then obviously Blushing Bride paper and the Love You Always paper, which is absolutely gorgeous. So there's that one. And then I thought, oh, well, that's quite nice. Quite like that. And then for my last card, now I am a simple stamper. Pip thinks she's a simple stamper, but I make Pip look like she does complicated stuff. So my next card was bananas for me, because I don't do this. So so I have a sunflower, and I've put him on a wobbler so that he actually wiggles when you move the card. And I mean, who doesn't love a sunflower? So this one, I use the Celebrate Sunflowers and the sunflower dies, obviously. So the card base itself is made out of bumblebee, and I've used a bit of the bumblebee ribbon, the gingham ribbon, to set it off. And then it's just stamped it with, again, second generation for cinnamon cider, with the leaves down the side and the sunflowers on the side. And I just loved it. I just love it. Again, you know, so for so many completely different cards, but just using that one basic fold technique. And as I say, they're all so different and so easy to post. So I was going to make another one. I think I'm going to run out of time. So any questions on measurements, or have you all gone to sleep?
No questions, but just think it's brilliant, Deb. They're really cool.
Thank you.
Well done, Deb. Really lovely cards.
Yeah, really lovely card.
They're fabulous, Deb. What size envelopes do you use for those?
For those ones, I mean, you can, you know, if you're crafty enough, you could probably make your own bespoke one. These ones are the I want to say C5s. C5s. They're the half A.
Okay, nothing C5.
They are. Yeah.
Okay,
and
that's brilliant.
And when you fold them flat, they do go in it.
Lovely.
You know, I've deliberately cut them that way so that you can, you know, be a little bit. I'm not. An envelope, something you write the address on and it opens to me. I know lots of people decorate them beautifully, and I'm just not that person.
Fabulous
cards, Deb. I'm going to be using that design box card idea. I love it. So thank you.
Love it.
Well, thank you.
I love it. Deb, did you say you were going to put the measurements up on Facebook?
I will do. I will pop them up in the group, and I'll pop some photos. Sorry, my lighting's a bit dodgy today. I'm having real IT issues today.
You've done well. It's fine.
It's fine, honestly.
So, but yes, I will pop some photos up in the group, and I'll pop some measurements up as well, so you've got them to refer to.
If you
explained it so well, I don't know if anybody else is making along at the same time.
Yeah,
it's great. Love it.
I know. I just made one too.
Yeah,
they're cool, aren't they?
Okay, I need to see what people have made now.
Keep one together.
The aquarium one, Deb. That's ace. I think that might.
Yeah, that's brilliant. The aquarium one.
Yes, great.
I love that.
Where's Leslie? Where are you, Leslie?
Well, I'm not. I'm just. Let me stick it together.
Oh, okay.
I'm just assembling.
I've got as far as putting it into a box and putting the decoration papers on, and now I'm stamping squirrels.
Love squirrels.
Like you do.
I've just made the box.
Oh, sorry, somebody was asking a question.
Yeah, Deb, sorry. What have you stuck the sunflower on with just to make it wobble?
So there's two ways of doing it, and I cheated this time. Normally, have you ever
I
done
like to cheat.
a bit of card? So hold on, let me find a strip of card. You know when you put everything to one side because you were clearing your desk and now you need it. Let's have a little look. So there's two ways you can do it. If you've got a strip of card you remember that thing when you were a little kid? If you fold it like that, so you fold it at an angle.
Yeah.
And then all you do is fold it across, and fold it across, fold it across, fold it across, fold it across, fold it across.
Oh, right, okay.
And then you've got like a little spring.
Oh, right.
So that's one way of doing it. And that's how I would have done it, but I cheated because I'd actually got a packet of wobblers off Amazon that I was doing it. But you can do it with that, and that becomes a little bit of a spring.
I suppose the thinner the thing, the more springy it is.
Yeah, and obviously the longer the bit of paper that you start with, and the thinner this bit is, the more you can alter it. But literally, you just glue it at the end, glue it down, and glue it forward, and then that becomes a little bit of a wibble. Oh,
brilliant! Thank you.
Oh, look at that! An extra technique I wasn't planning on showing.
Yeah,
but there you go.
No, love it.
But yes, for this one, it's an actual little wobbler off Amazon or other craft shop.
Yeah, are available.
Other craft shops are available.
No, they're not.
No, they're not. But that is, how many strips of paper do you end up with, and you go, I don't know what to do.
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
That is just, it's a boing, 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 boing bit.
I'm just going to see if we've got any comments coming in. We've got a beautiful card from Kim on Facebook.
Oh, thank you, Kim.
She loves a fab pun and a fabulous card. We need to know to be able to learn how to correct them. That's very true. Something made her laugh out loud. I'm not quite sure what it was. You must watch that back and find out when that comment came up. So she thinks you're a genius. And Rachel Berry also says, absolutely gorgeous cards. Thank you. So there you go. There's lots of love coming in from Facebook.
Yay. Well. Thank you all.
Yeah, I loved it. It was really nice and something different as well.
Yeah, it's really good. So if you ping me the measurements, I can put them when we stop doing this Facebook Live. I can put them into that post. Because that would, so then that would at least keep them together. But I thought it was so easy. I did make a little bit of a I did a half rather than a full, but it doesn't matter because it's on the back, so you can't see it. It's even better than that. So but yeah, that's really such a great idea, Debs. I think that's just a lovely card. So what are you going to make next? That's the question, because you've done dogs, cats, deer, obviously, tigers, hearts, sunflowers and whales. I mean, what is left? What can you do next? There's hundreds.
Running out of animals. I don't know. I have just ordered the I want to say the Harry Potter pig. He's not a Harry Potter pig, but you all know which stamp set I mean.
Joyful Life.
Yes. So I do feel a bit of that might be in the next one. And I actually think, and I keep toying with the idea that you could do a farmyard.
You could.
Yeah. So all the Kiwis say you should use the sheep dyes.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Sheep dyes. Hey, the other one that would be good would be the Arctic bears.
Penguins. Yeah. Penguins and bears.
Oh yeah.
Once you start thinking about it, you can use this basic card layout in so many different ways.
Absolutely.
I love it.
That is
love
brilliant.
it.
And you don't have to use it with animals. I'm just going to say.
No, you don't. I mean, I have done a little, and I say, and the fact that you can dangle stuff off it as well. I mean, obviously, I wouldn't dangle something too heavy. Maybe rocks might be a little bit pushy, but something
Christmas
like that.
Star.
If you've got something that you
Flying Santa.
Oh yeah.
Oh, flying Santa. Yeah.
My original workings. Okay, I'm going to let you into a secret now. Don't look too close. This was my measurement working out one, but my original one was the butterflies.
Oh yeah.
So it's not finished, and obviously it's a prototype, and it's got folds in all the wrong places. But I won't show you the back because that doesn't.
You can't see on the screen.
What you can't see won't hurt you. But you could do it with, again with the butterflies or something along those lines, or the birds maybe. There's so many different ideas that you could utilize it for.
I've got
a
60th birthday card to make, so the one with the heart would look lovely.
Yeah.
In the blackberry
beauty.
Blackberry beauty, yes.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm looking forward to seeing all of them now.
Yeah, we need to make this fold go viral, guys. Okay, this needs.
I think this fold is amazing. It's so versatile.
Yeah,
And so simple.
Yeah.
Why do I
Christmas
do
ornaments,
simple stamping?
Christmas ornaments or balloons or
Yeah, Christmas.
balloons,
Yeah.
Christmas bells.
yeah.
You can make them as elaborate as you like, can't you?
Yeah.
Absolutely stunning.
Yeah. We
Love
love
it.
something like that. Love it. Cool. Well, you're now on your 11:42, Deb, so you're pretty much done.
Oh, I'm there. You see, I really should. You know, it was nice to hear some good ideas. Now I might disappear for the rest of the day and go make some of them.
Debs
I'm
will
going
be
to stop
back
what I'm doing
later.
and make some now.
Debs will be back later with her full suite of.
Yes, I'll be hanging the camera from the ceiling to get them all in. No, it's fine.
There's mine, Debs.
That's cool. Well, thank you very much, Debs, for doing that. I'm still trying to fussy cut out a squirrel. Why did I? Note to self: don't try squirrels again.
There's a reason
that's
why I picked
gorgeous.
things that were fairly simple.
Yeah, no, they're lovely, really lovely. Right, well, I think that's it. I've taken you off Spotlight. We're back on gallery view. So any other questions from anybody? Or I mean, quite frankly, such a simple card and everything in terms of measurements and whatever. I think that's great. I don't know if there's any questions, but I didn't have any. No.
No,
I was only going to ask if Deb could put a tutorial together and I'd be willing to pay for it. This is Carol.
Oh, there you go, Debs.
Oh, that's done, Carol.
Oh, that's nice.
Where
Excellent.
did you say the measurements are going to be put, Pip?
I'm going to put them into this Facebook Live stream. Okay, so when I stop live streaming, it turns and becomes a Facebook post, and then I can edit it, and then I can put the measurements in. But Deb's will do the measurements for that. So that's that, and then we're going to have a little bit of a comfort break because it's 11:45. Oh, Leslie's got a card. Hang on, someone's saying Leslie's card is lovely. Hold on, hang on a minute. We've got to see this, Leslie. Come on.
Oh, fabulous.
Oh, that's brilliant.
So cute.
That is.
The way you explained that was just. I just did it. It was good. Your explanation was just spot on. It's, thank you. Love it.
Oh, that's brilliant.
That's lovely.
Love
I really
it.
love that.
I think it does need something down.
I've covered my.
There's that
I'm
blue
going to
penguin
put
that's
something here, but I
flying.
don't know what.
It needs a dangling
flying
fish.
penguin.
A dangling fish.
Oh, that'd be a good one, yeah, with his
fish.
fishing pole, yeah.
Yeah.
Santa.
Or Santa, yeah.
Or Santa. That's brilliant. That's brilliant.
Cool. Love it.
Oh, that's a good result. Excellent. So we're going to stop the live stream now. Debs is going to send me the measurements, and then I'll go and put them in. And then we're going to be back at 11 o'clock for
12
o'clock.
12 o'clock even.
The day is flying already. How is it 12 o'clock already? 12 o'clock for the lovely Leslie, who now needs to clear her desk of penguins and flying fish and get herself ready for her video that's coming up at 12 o'clock. Okay. So are we all good? I'm going to finish the live stream. Thank you everybody for watching on Facebook. And please do join us on the next, you can come on, the Zoom's on all day, so you can just hop in whenever you like. Okay, so let's